with Game Time presented by Kia. About Miami and Washington, John Wall and the Wizards trying to beat the Heat for a fifth straight meeting.
Vince, how is it that you beat the Heat in Washington, D.C. in January? Impossible.
Bones, I do not know. I do know Bosch had 23 and 7 in this game. And the Wizards, how about 2 for 22 in the second quarter? And their ineptitude led to Miami offense.
Yeah, offense is definitely the challenge of the Washington Wizards, but defense was just as poor as well. You got to get back on defense.
7 points for the Wizards in the second quarter, and Miami had them right where they wanted them.
50-31, Heat at the break. D. Wade with a drive. It's not there, but Hassan Whiteside was all over this. Finished with 6 points, 13 rebounds in the game. Very active again. Final seconds of the third quarter, John Wall, layup blocked by Tyler Johnson. What a great surprise he's been for them. And Dragic back the other way, 18 and 5 assists in the game. Wizards, a 7-point second and season lows in points and three-point percentage, under 14%, 4 of 29. It also ends the 4-game win streak against the Heat. Miami wins their 20th, and Wall only 5 assists without a full complement of teammates. And with more on Miami squeezing Washington, let's go over to Bones and Rick.
Thanks, Vince. I read a quote, Foxy, from Dan Oswald that said, communication must be hot. That is honest, open, and two-way. On full display in Washington, Miami against the Wizards tonight. What'd you see?
Sure was. It's not an accident that the Miami defense travels on the road. Tonight in Washington, we saw them display not only honest, open, and two-way communication. We saw them picking up defense as soon as the ball changed hands. And what's the number one thing you do? Sprint back on defense. Tyler Johnson in the corner gets in front of the fastest man, or one of the fastest men, to contain the ball and the penetration. We see Chris Bosh, captain, directing, pointing, giving directions and communicating to his teammates about seeing the man and the ball. We see clear out from the offensive player, but check out these 4 defenders right here at the maximum point that allowed for them to give help to their teammate and then to close out. Defense is all about closing out, being under control. Young rookie here closing out off the penetration, gets a deflection, and they were off to the races. So this is a Miami Heat team that is committed to defense, but also it generates offenses. We didn't see the rest of that play. Chris Bosh kicks it ahead, and they move out for a successful offensive output.
Yeah, how about 2 of 22 for Washington in that second quarter for a total of 7 points? I would say that's pretty good defense. But you did mention offense, and on that end, they've been relying on Mr. Reliable, and that is number 1 for the Miami Heat, Chris Bosh. He's been fantastic lately.
So multifaceted. We've seen the defense just in the play earlier we were talking about, but now the offense, the short range, the pick and roll, pick and pop, that stretches to the three-point line if it need be. And boy, did they miss him last year, and now he's back healthier than ever. And you see the play, it's all-star caliber.
Yeah, 7 of the last 8 games, Rick, he's been 20 or more points. He had that incredible Christmas Day game where he goes 30 and 10 against New Orleans, but doing some great things on that end. Miami continues to roll.